Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am doing another antique thrifty haul, so please stay tuned. Alright, so I'm filming back to back again, hence the same clothes. I'm wearing my Buc-ee's shirt that I got from the Buc-ee's gas station in, I think I got this one in the Nashville one. No, maybe I got it in the Seaverville one. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, well, let's just jump in. I'm not sure I have enough stuff here for the full haul, so I may have to stop and go grab some more stuff. I'm getting really close to getting to where I can start going through the 20 tubs of stuff that I have no idea what's in them. So that'll be exciting to me. Oh, this isn't even... This is all the tea-dyed paper or coffee-dyed paper that I did on vacation. Well, if you missed that episode, let me just flip through it. Well, that's a paper bag. Well, that's not very exciting, Amy. Where are the exciting pages? Okay, that's still not... Oh, there's a little bit on that one, but still not very good. Okay, some of these have patterns on them, I'm pretty sure. But we're not seeing them. Okay, well, there was some. Using a stencil pack that I got from Amazon. Yeah, there you go. There were a few winners in this, but the rest of them are just fine for junk journaling. Different colors, different... I did have to flatten them under a huge, big encyclopedia. But I do coffee, and they do smell like coffee. So I don't know. Tea ones probably don't smell as much, but I don't feel like I can get as deep of a color when I do coffee. All right. Yeah, there's not very much stuff in this one. Okay. For $4, I got this really 1941 maybe? No, yes, 1941 yearbook. Now it's super tiny. I mean, most yearbooks even by this point in time were much thicker, and this one is like, well, it's not hardback, so it must be for a small little town is all I can figure. This says McKinley High School. Oh, well, McKinley in St. Louis, so I don't know, but this one has a lot of, like, these strips. I plan to cut these strips out and use them in journals or freebies. Thank you. I like to put, you know, kind of pictures in my freebies for when you order, but some of these pages have lots of writing, which I also like. So it's always sad to me when these things end up in a sale, but I'm gonna enjoy it and get some use out of it. And then this set of cards came open. I'm like, why are there some loose cards in the bottom? Okay, so this is Chem. Chem is not one of my favorite brands of cards. They're the kind of cards that you shuffle and they can literally go everywhere because they are so slick. This one came with a little booklet which will get used, and then these are the cards. Now I bought it because, well, how much was it? We don't know because the price tag came off. We don't know because the price tag came off. I want to say it was like $5, but I can't tell. But I bought it because I have a deck of this already, and I have not yet found a deck to go with it for my vintage swap. So I'm like, well, hello, now I've got this. Now granted, I've still got 2 decks of these, and so I'm gonna run out of these before I run out of these, but I don't know. That's why I got it. Even though these match up, so I still have that deck that doesn't have anything, but whatever. Whatever. Maybe that other deck will just become freebie material for thank you gifts. Or kits, or they'll pop up in journals. And then this was a book, I got it because I like the size and the patina on the pages is great, but it's literally just a book of words. And written in a way so that you know how to pronounce them, where to put where the syllables should be, etc. But these will be great to put in, pull out and put into things. This was $3 and it's from 1964. So yeah, if you're creating paper packs, this is a great color because people that do collage need different colors. All right, and then here are the other saver books that I bought. I showed you one in the last video that I think was all empty. This one looks like it might be all S&H, and I told you I was kind of low stock on the S&H. So this one did have some full pages. Oh, a lot of full pages. And so just some, these, however, are not complete. Oh, cool. And then I've got some that are just loose. That's awesome. I love finding loose ones. What is going on here? Oh, even more loose ones. Look at all of these. I don't think I've ever had loose 10 count ones. Oh, I love it so much, so much. When I got these, the checkout lady was like, oh, I still have a lamp that I bought with some of these grocery stamps, and you can soak these off. See, some of these, you know, depending on how diligently people pasted them in, you can soak off. But yeah, these are kind of in a little bit of rough shape, and the book is kind of in tatters, but I don't know why, I just think it's a cool piece of Americana. I don't know, did other countries do this too? Oh, and some loose ones in here too. But otherwise just plain. But this one, this company was kind of cool because they had, you know, these would be great in journals, just this page, you know, without the stamps. And this feels like it's completely empty. But this one's vertical instead of horizontal. Yeah, both of these feel completely empty. So I definitely got some empty, oh, sorry, something on my hand is itching, so I need to put some steroid on it. All right, so that was those. These packs were, well, that pack was $3.50. I think the one that I got that was completely empty was also $3.50, and these other two are $4, I believe. So, oh, these are more S&H. Are they all S&H? Yes, they're all S&H. I don't know. Could one town have different kinds in it? Or was it like S&H was only in certain stores, and so other stores in your town might have had Eagle or Top Value, or I don't know how it worked. But these appear to be all 10 and 5 savers, which is awesome because there's several full pages of these. So now I can take a page out of this and add it to my variety pack because I do not have the 10. The only full pages I have are the ones. So that gives me some more variety. And then this last one has the top value ones, which are yellow. Yeah, I found in my stash or some of the stuff I got that I had some premium. I don't know if premium was the brand stamps, and they're orange. That's the first time I'd seen orange ones. So again, we've got definitely some blank pages, but these are just as usable, and they have the really cool kind of pictures on there, right? Okay, this one seems to be totally blank. Sometimes you can like feel if there's any. Okay, so it looks like there were 3 totally blank ones, and then these definitely have some because it's a little disappointing when I find they had the 50s, because later on in the programs, I think the companies were tired of the one, I don't know, would you call them 1-cent stamps or value 1 stamps? And so then you got more of the 10s and the 50s, which aren't, I much prefer seeing, oh, here's an old one with some boo-boo tape on it. I much prefer this. I think this looks cooler and gives you more stamps when if you soak them off. So yeah, this one is pretty full of those. Why am I showing you all of these? I don't know. Ooh, they made a mistake here, or maybe not. You weren't supposed to mix your denominations on a page, but they did technically get 10 singles to make up the last single for that page. That's the first time, believe it or not, that's the first time I've seen anybody do that. Now here, what are they doing here? This is too many for this page. You're only supposed to have 50, a value of 50 on each page. So they wasted some. And whenever I find these two, I'm never sure if were these turned in and redeemed, or are these ones that were never redeemed and were just sitting in somebody's house? So, see, there's instructions on how to fill the page. You gotta either have 100 ones, no, 50 ones, or 5 10s, or 150. You can't be going outside the lines. All right, that's it for that box. So let me get these, since they're now falling all over the place, back in here. So I thought I was done breaking down stamp packs for my kit to only now have more, but we're not complaining. I need to add 19 more swap cards to my shop in my next drop, because I already have 31, and that'll give me 50, which means I can create 20 packs, 50 packs, and 100 packs. So that'll give me a little bit more variety, and for people that don't want to sit and click 10 different listings, maybe they'll like one of the bulk listings and they'll be a little bit cheaper. All right, more cards, because I can't for the life of me stop buying cards. These look like this. I mean, they're okay, and actually I feel like I might have these already, but they're cute. I do like this, so I could easily kind of take this off. You know what? Some of these that, I don't know if this one's one. You can take these off, and sometimes there's paper inside to keep score. Should I take it off? Should I see? Okay, it apparently also has different kings or different face cards. Yeah, see, I'm kind of curious. But these cards are from Vienna. I think that it is an envelope. Oh, I'm doing it, you guys. Am I gonna be disappointed? I probably will be, because now well, I can always glue it back down, can't I? It just looks like it's got glue dots. Okay. Okay, so this one is, darn it, it's just cardboard. But I got one of these before that had paper and a thing like this. So, okay, and now of course nothing is still sticky. So, all right, well that's gonna be separated from that probably forever. And then these cards, these are Rock Island cards. Route of the Rocket. So trains, I love trains. But is it Rock Island, Illinois? They've never been opened. Look at that. They've never been opened. They still have this stamp. I don't understand the stamp thing, but it's also got a seal. So those will definitely be kept once I do open these. It's got instructions, but yeah, I'm curious if this is Rock Island, Illinois, or if there is, oh, the train says Rock Island, so maybe it's the name of a train company. Shows how much I know. And then I found a replica Sears catalog. Now I also have the big version of the replica. There was a one that came out in like 1978 that was, it was probably this exact same one. They just also made it small size, but it's a copy of the 1909, in this case, Sears catalog. And I picked this up because I like the size, because the big one is big, obviously, and this one's more journal ready. And you can fussy cut. Now, does it have any clothes, or is this just the non-close things? Oh, is that clothes? Okay, well, yes. Okay, there are some clothes over here, but not, well, back in 1909, I guess they didn't really do modeling, maybe. So yeah, when they did this replica, they used kind of newsprint style paper. Oh, that was a cool page. So see, you could cut this out and make a tag. I don't know. I just think it's cool. And then of course, I think it would be cool to make a journal out of this cover. Actually, maybe I would make two, and I would just use a cereal box or something for the back cover so that I could use both of these. Now this one, I'm not gonna lie, appears like it was maybe cut poorly, or this was like, it's not centered by any means. But I don't know. I have a thing for old catalogs, and there's a couple things I do know that's in that 20 crate thing because I picked, or it was in one of the top ones, and so I know that I've got a Montgomery Ward catalog in one of them. So I may have ended up spending $300 on one Montgomery Ward catalog. Let's hope not, but I do know there is at least one in there. All right, then I found some of these books, and I feel like maybe I showed one on here before, but it's like these books from the 50s. Well, I think it's the 50s, but who doesn't remember Annette Funicello? And should this be my thumbnail pick? I haven't got a good thumbnail pick yet, so this will bring all the boys to the yard. But it's one of those books that's covered in cellophane. I don't know, but it's like sealed, but that plastic didn't stand the test of time very well, so it's torn here. Now you can peel it off. I don't think I want to in this case because I'm going to be cutting it along here, and I think this part of the book, it's still stuck to well. But this is a great kind of, well, is it 50s or is it 60s? 60. So it'll be a great one to make a journal cover out of, but I can also include these. Some of the pages have pictures, maybe not very many, maybe only in the beginning, but so I can keep that with the book. But I just thought it might be cool to have some different era. So my covers are going to be Reader's Digest, books like this, things I laminate, maybe like the Sears catalog. And then also I got a boatload. Our Salvation Army went out of business. I think yesterday was their last day, and I bought a boatload of VHS tapes to make journal covers out of. So those will be kind of the main kind of covers that I use, and hopefully those will resonate with somebody. Otherwise I wasted 24 cents on like 64 videos. So here's another one kind of from that same time frame, the Donna Parker. I don't remember, like, was Donna Parker a real person like Annette was, or is this a real person like Nancy Drew and the Bobbsey twins kind of deal? But I thought it was a cute cover, and then I could use the spine as a bookmark or a belly band. I've recently started seeing more of those. Like, I had never seen any of those when I first got those, but since then I've seen more. All right, then we've got a old cards. Okay, so it looks like we've got a lot of get well kind of cards. Did I show these already? Oh, that's really cute. I don't know if I showed these or not. Some of these seem kind of familiar, but maybe it's because I looked through this on my own. But yeah, it looks like a bunch of get well cards, which that's okay. They're super cute. And again, if you didn't like that it said get well, they've made it really easy for you to cover it with something else, your own sentiment, or maybe you just cut out the rabbit. I wonder if this is the pack I got that was like half off. There was one pack I found somewhere at an antique store where it was like a whole bag and their shop was half price. But of course, this is one of the stores that took the price off. So I don't know what I paid for that pile. There's a lot of in the scrapbook that I purchased off of eBay that was full of greeting cards. A lot of those greeting cards were get well sick too, but I haven't soaked those off of the paper yet. All right, now this one I got just for nostalgic sake for myself. I used to love reading Encyclopedia Brown. Maybe this should be mine because this is more me. But I don't ever remember hardback ones. So I don't know if I'm going to put this into my personal collection for my grandkids, which I don't have any yet, despite the white hair. Or if I'll use it, because I think it would make a good cover. But then I have to hope that I find a nostalgic person that comes by my shop. But it was only $2. And it does have some, it is illustrated a little bit. I used to love Encyclopedia Brown, and it makes me sad that they don't still make it, but I guess every generation has their own kind of version of that. All right, then I got some famous lithographs from the Saturday Evening Post, and there's only 2. There are 5x7, and they've been reproduced on fine quality paper. You'll want to frame them and treasure them. They're a little banged up. You can kind of see there's a little dent there. Oh, it's on both of them because they both got a little smooshed there. So those are cute. And yeah, you definitely could frame them. Or they'd make a great page in a journal because they're plain on the back. I love Saturday Evening Post. I love finding those magazines too. There are definitely some good ones, and I snap them up if I can find them at a good price. Speaking of magazines, I showed you guys a couple of these that came after this. Like this is the Boston Cooking School magazine, and I had some that I showed earlier that it was like formerly the Boston. So these are older, and I don't know if this was the precursor to the Culinary Institute of America. And this one is held together by a rubber band. It seems a little suspect. But it is, I really liked the cover, but it's full of advertisements and a few, well, cooking knowledge kind of things. So if you were doing cooking themed stuff, but yeah, I have a hard time passing up advertisements like this because I would cut this out, back it with some of my, well, now I do have some vintage paper or tea-dyed paper or whatever, and that would be a great card in a journal, in my opinion. Ivory soap, it floats. And then some kitchen decals. I think I way overpaid for this, but the price tag is gone. But considering it's just 4 decals, I'm pretty sure I way overpaid. But I figure I'll cut each one out separately, and because it's backed on paper, they can write on the back, or they could use the decal if they wanted. So I thought those were pretty. I like finding those vintage decals. They're kind of rare in my area. All right, so I picked up 2 more, all of them from the early, are they all from, they were, 1905, both of these. And again, I could easily see making this a journal cover. Now I'd probably feel like I had to laminate it because it's so thin, and I wouldn't want to lose the back because they always have an advertisement on the back of the cover. But yeah, and this one's got tape from where they taped in the price tag, so that's, you know, not going to come off well. So yeah, I could easily see it would be kind of on the bigger side of a journal, but I just really like that cover. And the backs of these, did I show the back of the other one? It's multiple advertisements. This one's missing a chunk at the top, but so yeah, I'm a sucker for old magazines. And then I picked up some golden books. I'm really not like trying, golden books I guess would be another journal cover that I would do. But I'm trying to go with these kind of classic stories that people like. Although this one, the animals, I thought it was really pretty pictures. Alice in Wonderland. One of these I think I've heard is super rare, or I'm sure not this one, but I really should do some research. This one is a really popular one too. I've actually sold one of these to one of you. Winnie the Pooh. This one looks a little bit kind of new, but maybe, well, it's not terrible. But some people do Cinderella kit, you know, where you put a bunch of Cinderella stuff. Oh, see, I found another one, so I got. But I also try to pick up ones sometimes that I haven't really seen before. Not that they're rare, but they're rare to me, but I like cats, so yeah, okay, so that was everything I have in front of me, so I will be right back with more. Hi, let me take a brief moment out of our video to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Junk for Goats. Junk for Goats is my business where I sell and resell vintage, antique, and some modern ephemera for all of your junk journaling or crafting needs. I have shops on Etsy, Whatnot, and I list my digital items on my coffee shop. All of the links for those are below in the description, so please check that out. It's also important to note that 10% of all the proceeds from my sales are used to purchase goats from Compassion International. Those goats are provided to families across the world to help them meet their own families' needs in terms of their diet, but they can also take and sell the milk and the cheese that they produce from their goats to their friends and family nearby, helping to provide them with an income source that is valuable in the areas in which they live. So if you would like to craft with a difference, please check out the description below. And as always, thank you, and please enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks. All right, so there is a chance there might be some items in this box that I've already hauled, but I'm not gonna know until I get it out, and then I'll be like, did I haul this already? So I have a recipe box, and I try to pick these up when they've got stuff in them, because I'm always hoping that I'll find some unused recipe cards. I mean, I don't mind finding recipes too, because, well, maybe it's something really awesome, but those are good things to put in. Ooh, chocolate mint pie. That sounds yummy. Citrus cake. Hearty chicken pot pie. Candy Road brownies. 1 package of Betty Crocker frosted brownie mix. Make as directed. Add 3 cups of marshmallows and 1/2 cup of miniature M&Ms. Oh, so like Rocky Road. Outrageous fruit dip. Has cream cheese, marshmallow cream, strawberry fruit preserves. Served with sliced bananas, strawberries, and apple slices. Oh man. Ooh, easy beef teriyaki, ham chowder, vegetable beef soup, zesty pasta salad. Oh yes, so this, you guys, it's sad, but this is my absolute favorite meatloaf recipe off of the Lipton soup box mix. I love it so much, and nobody in my family likes meatloaf, so I never get to make it. Okay, so there's just a few index cards in here. I'm always looking for the ones that are like from the kitchen of Pat Murphy, because I have some from Pat Murphy. Caramel apple cheesecake. But yeah, when you find stuff like this, great pieces for kits and journals alike. Oh, I think Gracie cooked something and it smells so good. I'm so hungry. So why am I filming instead of eating? Because I don't get many opportunities to film, and I literally have to take, because I can't film and watch TV with Jason sitting here. I've got to literally, it's when they're gone. All right, so then I found this presumably unused auto bridge set. Now I have several of these. This is, if you are like me and grew up as an only child, you could play bridge with yourself with this handy little game. So it's got, this is the first one I found like in its entirety. Usually I just find the board thing and the cards that go with it, the score sheets. But this one has the score sheets. So I put these in my score sheet ephemera pack, but it's also got the rules and how to order refills. This is a Parker Brothers game, which I don't think I realized that it was Parker Brothers on the other ones that I've found. Number 1121. I'm always looking. Parker Brothers numbers their games, and I'm always looking for that. I really want to have a journal page in my own journal with all of these that I find where it shows the number, because one of them I have is number 4. Oh, that's a cool card that could just be in a kit. All right, and then, okay, I think this part is just like the advertisement for the game, which you could use. It's a little bit heavier card stock. But there is stuff underneath here, so I guess I'm gonna need to take it out. Well, maybe there's more. Is this just a refill pack? Well, this is an advanced course, so maybe you get the basic course and the advanced course, but somehow this contraption allows you to play bridge as a single person. You open this up. This is actually looks like a newer version of this than the other ones I have. The other ones I have are all metal. This one's plastic, but you put your score sheet in back here, and then this replicates the 4 people. Now, I used to play card games with myself in my room as an only child, and I would play the different parts, but I would like try to pretend like I couldn't remember what I'd just seen in this hand, you know. It's, well, you only understand if you're an only child. So more books. So yeah, this one's definitely a more, because then here's more score sheets. So this was actually a really good deal. This had tons of stuff with it. So yay. And I'm not sure what I paid for it. The price tag on here I don't think is the, it says $4.95. I don't think that's what I paid. I feel like I paid 11 or 12 bucks maybe. But yeah, I have a hard time passing up. I have started passing up the auto bridges that I find just because I do have a bunch of the score sheets already. But when I saw this one and it seemed to be more, I got it. Oh, and then this, I'm always looking for the really old games, and I found Pit, an old version of Pit, also Parker Brothers, but I love this box. So once I'm done with the cards, this box is definitely, at least the lid is going to get repurposed. So I don't know if you've ever, my parents used to play Pit when I was growing up with their friends, and you have, I don't know how many cards you get, but it's got the instructions, but you're like trying, it's like you're at a stock exchange. You're trying to Like maybe you've got 3 corn, and so you're trying to get rid of your 3 corn because you want 3 barley instead. And I've never seen one this old, but the cards look like this on the side, and then they look like this on the inside. So see, you're trying to, I don't know if you're trying to get all of your cards to be the same grain or crop or whatever. Like, I don't know. I probably played it a few times when I was maybe in junior high, maybe elementary school. I mean, it's not a hard card to play unless you're hungry. Oh, that's a bear. So, this says 1904. Really? I gotta check that out. There's a bear and a bull, because that goes with the stock market too, right? So I was super excited to find this old card, this old pack. But yeah, let's see if we can find a year. (1903), patented in 1904. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how old this one is, but it doesn't mean it's not. I mean, it certainly has the look of things that came out in that time period. Yeah, so the box lid, there's not much of the lid left, but that will definitely be used for something. So I don't know how many of these games kind of still exist, you know, aside from regular playing cards that you could find that are that old. I don't know how many games were around at the turn of the century that could be found. I know Rook was around. Monopoly was the earliest I found, was like the 30s. I feel like there's something else I found besides, well, Flinch. Flinch has been around a while. All right, now I found these. Aren't these adorable? Card set. So these will be going in my shop as swap cards. They're beautiful, and they came in such a nice case. Oh, but it's got the 10, so I can't tell what the ace looks like. But I love finding, that's a weird one to be on the other end. I love finding these super old, well, super old. I figure those are from the 70s, maybe the late 60s, based on the hair and the look of the girl. But I love finding them when they're never been used. And I feel like the price is not on here anymore, but I feel like it was about $10. Then I found this box, which is, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the box. Maybe there's a collector out there that would like just the box. Excuse me. But it has car cards, which I really liked. But yeah, definitely not a box for stacking, but this would make a, although it does have, is that, let me see if that would come out. This center part might come out without too much effort, and then you could just have a nice box with a old-fashioned car on the top to put your trinkets in. All right, then I found this book, which is kind of like the others, but this one was in pretty bad shape. This might be the one, maybe I showed this one on here before because I peeled off the plastic cover and it still looked fine. So this one's obviously, it's almost spineless, so I just got it to make covers out of. Although it's chipping all over my pants. All right. In case I don't know if I showed this one before, but I found the Beverly Hillbillies card game. And the cards look like this on the back. And then you get each of the people. Isn't that fantastic? So, yeah. And then also in here are some chips and well, the rules. Oh, it's Hillbilly Bridge. Oh, so cool. So it's got an even different, I don't have any score sheets that look like this. So that's fun. I found did I tell you guys this? I found a Columbo game at an antique store, and it had cards in it, so I was really wanting it, but they wanted $25, and I couldn't justify that. I do have some standards. I don't know what used to be in that. Oh, and I found at one shop, I found a bunch of these time books for firemen. So this one's from, oh no, this particular group was organized in 1873. That's not how old this is. 1941. So there's just a bunch of time entries in here. So it's like ledger paper, and there were a few blank ones. So, and then what, some addresses? Or maybe phone numbers. Maybe these are phone numbers in there. But yeah, so I was excited to find this because you guys, I don't care that it's got stuff written. I think that's fun to look at. So I got one of those, and for the first time I found anything that's Monon. Two of my great-grandfathers worked for Monon, the Monon Railroad, and you can see where it I had one of them lived, yes, one of them lived close to here in the Bedford, Springville, Indiana kind of area. And then the other one would have been closer to this because he lived in West Lafayette. So I was super, it's just a brochure, which I don't know what's even available for Monon things, but apparently not much because this is the first time I found something, so I picked it up. I didn't even care what that cost. I don't think it was expensive, but I would have paid just about anything. Then we've got a memo book from 1935. Pretty well filled in. Did he draw his own lines? It looks like he drew his own lines. So that's fun. And then a different kind of memo book. So was it, oh, it's all lined. These are from 1930. So just some cool pages. Oh, and a calendar in the back. That's cool. The Baker locomotive valve gear. Well, I think I got this because I like the size of the page, and it had some kind of cool illustrations. So maybe if I put these in my shop, some of this stuff in my shop, my crafty friend Sweet Shop Scraps might be interested in some pieces out of these. Oh, and here's another One of these time books from 1942. I literally bought, I think each of these books was $5. But I literally just picked them all up. Ooh, Treasure. Brotherhood of Locomotive Firemen and Engine Men. This is an official receipt. Maybe for their monthly dues. That's awesome. Oh, and another kind of receipt stapled in. Oh, and a little picture. You think that was his son? And some more stuff taped into that one. A weekly time book. So this one doesn't say that it's for engine men. It's got a treasure in it also. A receipt for chattel deeds of trust and mortgages. April 10th, 1936. So these are a little bit different. And then, oh, and then more time books. Okay, well, apparently, whether it was in his pocket or something, some of those got kind of stuck. What year was that? Well, it kind of looks like, oh, here's a calendar in the back. So the calendar's for 1937. And then there's 2 Hamilton time books. I guess the Hamilton watches. Well, that makes sense, right? You need a watch to keep time. Let's see what year this one was. 1927. So it might have been 1926 since it ends with 1927. Trying to see if first date was March of 26. And then this one, exact same thing. Same year. So cool. Who would have thought that someday people would like looking at somebody's old timesheet? Oh, these are, oh, well, one of the places we went to just had a bunch of these, and these are the ones that I got when we all went around and picked. I think they're, some of them are printables. And then some of the bags that I confiscated from people that got stuff. The Hearts game. Look like this on the back. These are the Whitman ones. They're actually in pretty good shape for their age. Probably the 70s on these. It doesn't say on that card. Oh, 63. Oh, I put them in there wrong. Okay, hold on. And then this was a fantastic find. My Girl Scout friendship book. I think this is from the 50s when I did a Google search on it. And the idea was that you would get their picture and put it up here, and then, oh, well, darn it. This picture just fell out, so now I'm not going to know which page that goes on unless I can see some like tape residue. And there were a few pages that were not completed. Yeah, that's the only picture, so I don't know which one that went on. But yeah, these seem to be pretty rare. Like I maybe found one of these on eBay. So I thought that was a good find. And then a 1947 yearbook. I think this must have been, this is from Oklahoma Baptist University. And it must have been pretty cheap. I try not to spend more than like $5 on a yearbook. I have spent way more on yearbooks and soon realized that that was not very bright. But you can, you know, cut out these group pictures to use on, you know, like pictures. And my favorite part is the class pictures. Whoa. Oh, best all-around girl. Best all-around boy. I don't know. This is a college. Like, I guess I don't think my college had a yearbook. Oh, look at these. These dresses. Where are the class pictures? Oh, back here in the back, like a normal one. So I like cutting these out in like twos and putting them in kits. But it did have some, or maybe this was just a like the excerpts. Like we used to get something like this when, so I don't know if it just fell out of the book or if this is not even the same book, but there's several of these in the back. Hopefully the front and backs of these pages line up so that when I cut them, I get full images on both sides. How are we doing on time? Oh, we've got time for a few more. I really, really liked this, but it was way overpriced, and the checkout lady thought so too, so she gave me a 10% discount, and but I loved it because I've never seen one of these with the box before, so maybe it wasn't overpriced. I think it was like 24 bucks, but it's the Lotto game. So we've got the directions on the inside, and this box will probably go in my permanent collection because it's awesome. But it's got a whole set of the Lotto cards. I think I have some Lotto cards that are blue. I think they're blue. Hopefully they're not green, but if they are, okay. So I think they've got played like bingo, but I don't understand exactly because it doesn't look like a bingo thing. So I don't know. And then it's got, I don't know what of this goes with it and what doesn't, but it's got numbered wood blocks. There is a random marble. Yeah, all of those. Okay, so there's just a whole box of these, of those. But then there's this envelope, but I don't know if this envelope belongs because inside it are all these letters, which is fantastic. But like, what is that from? I don't think that's from Lotto. And I got to be careful. There's a bunch of these like glass pieces that are the same size as the letters. I don't know what that's from because there's no letters on these. So I feel like this is from something else and is kind of a bonus. So if you happen to know what that is, by all means, let me know. But otherwise, I was pretty happy. There's 5, 10, 15, 21. There's 21 cards in here. I don't know how many there's supposed to be. And oh, well, maybe it mentions the glass markers. First, choose a leader to conduct the game. Then the players each select 3 cards, which they lay in front of them. The leader gives each player 6 of the glass markers and lays the rest on the table, where the players can help themselves if they should need more. Does it mention anything about the letters? So they use those glass pieces on to mark their... That's crazy that they were using glass. That tells you how old it probably is. But yeah, there's no reference to the letters. So I have to assume the letters came from something else. But okay, now I can't get these back in here. Gotta even out that bag. Okay, that may be better. So yeah, I felt like this was a really special find. All right, let's do one more thing. Rayovac cards. I don't think these have been opened. Free playing cards from Rayovac when you buy this heavy-duty lantern battery. Okay, well, I have other advertising cards, but maybe somebody would like it just because it's fish. So, oh, and here's a refund card. That's fun. That's probably the best part of that deck, if I'm being honest. All right, we should have just ended on the Lotto because that was a cool find. Actually, that is a cool find. Let's take a picture with that. All right. Problem is, will I remember that's the picture I want to use when I actually get this video put together? I don't know. All right, if you would like to sign up for my mailing list, the link is down below, along with the link to all of my shops. And in exchange for signing up for my mailing list, you will be given a free download with these seed packets that I created. This digital kit is only available to people that sign up for my mailing list. And thank you in advance, and thank you in advance if you consider looking at any of my shops. But let's do some nostalgic TV trivia. But where did I put the cards? Peanut, did you take the cards? Am I sitting on the cards? Oh no, where are the cards? Oh, let's cover Peanut with all of the stuff we just hauled. I've been keeping them just on the tray here. Why did I move them? Hang on. Nope. Okay, well, I guess we won't have nostalgic TV trivia. I'll try to find those for the next video. I literally don't know where they could have gone. But I do not see them. I do not see them. So sorry about that for those of you that really enjoy that. Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, I will see if I can find them. I'm going to try to film one more video. But anyway, thank you so much for your time today. I might like totally cut, well, that it's a little late to be messing with that now. But thank you for your time. I know it's valuable. I appreciate it. I appreciate the thumbs, the comments, the subscribers, the members, all of the good things. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel in that way. And I think that's it. So wherever you are, whenever you are, you weren't sitting on it, were you, Peanut? Nope. Wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself.